Fans, we've had 17 matches so far here at the GLL Grand Slam PUBG Classic. And of those matches, well, it's been incredible. But now we are down to our final game of the tournament, and there are still 5 teams within contention for that top spot. Who will take it? Well, it all comes down to this game. So without further ado, let's play some PUBG.
Stand between us and the we are here for the prize. We'll take you down.
Let's play some PUBG. That is exactly the plan, Rachel. Thank you so much. And she is absolutely correct. We have just 1 game left, but 5 teams in contention. This is so competitive and down to the wire. Guys, my name is Parla and I am your desk host. I'm still joined by my amazing analysts, Toffees and Frost. Who's going through your...
I'm hyped, right, man. Now. This is when champions rise up, when your back is against the wall, when everything's on the table. Who wants it the most? The stadium opened at 11 o'clock this morning when the other teams were eating and sleeping. Atletico was in those chairs training. Hard work, preparation, determination, and passion is what sets teams like them apart. They brought it, they're going for it, and I hope they pull it out.
No one believed in Atletico. Now they're sitting on the top. EU, they're chasing them, but will it be enough? That's a big question.
I mean, they're being chased by the monsters of PUBG. Imagine, this is like being a kid again, laying there in bed with the sheets over your head. FaZe, Liquid, G2 breathing down your neck, Na'Vi coming for you. That's terrifying.
Guys, it is absolutely terrifying, but what hasn't been terrifying is this whole event. It's been such an amazing experience. And before we delve deeper into our final game of the tournament, let's find out what everybody's favorite part of the event has been.
What's the best thing about the event?
Like the stage it's super epic. I love it.
It's like the most beautiful ice I ever seen.
This arena is amazing.
So my favorite thing about the GLL Grand Slam event has to be the arena.
Favorite thing about this event for me is probably seeing all these regions coming in together.
I mean, it's a joy to sit and see so many people being entertained all around the world. And most importantly, to me at least, is the fact that so many different regions bringing so many different metas.
I feel like that's one of the big things in PUBG that we have. The community itself is so good.
Obviously a new country as well. It's a really beautiful country. Alcohol's a bit expensive.
I think this GLL stage is definitely like one of the nicest stages I've ever played on.
You want me to start with the main difference, or do you want me to start the whole point again?
You can do whichever.
Okay.
The thing I love most about this event has got to be, I think, the venue, the hotel, all the players, everybody's right next to each other. It's a short walk to get here, and then you walk in, and it's just this, awe-inspiring, I guess is the way to describe it, stadium. The way that GLL put this thing together with, I mean, everything from the tiers of players, the way that it's aligned, the smoke in the building that makes the lights sort of just pop. I don't know, it's just you turn around when I'm at that desk and you get the vibe. And then when the fireworks go off and Seltzer says, "Welcome to the GLL Grand Slam," it's like the reality of it sets in and you can't help but get hyped.
Do you like Sweden?
Yeah, I like it, but yeah, I like to no, but
If we get it first, that'll just be like a dream come true. So that'll just top off the whole experience, and it will just be like one of the greatest things probably I've ever done, to be honest.
Stadium, venue, pop, smoke, easy walk here, stage. Guys, I think Toffees has had a great week, just as we all have. And it's funny that we ended that video with Zoid from Atletico because we want to focus in on that team to start off the match. Guys, these players have come over from the other side of the world. They came in from a region that's not heavily represented at the top of competitive PUBG, and we didn't know exactly what to expect. I know, Frost and all of us, that these guys had some talent, but would they be able to deliver it here on a stage of this scale, and that's exactly what they've done. They stand in first place right now.
They stand in first place. As Zoid said himself, it would be a dream come true to win this. Right now, they are so close to that. And I mean, it is possible. It is there. They just have one more game right now. They came from a region everybody looked down on. Now, people should look up on them.
I mean,
Toffee's final words with you, my
it
friend.
would be a dream come true, but the difference between a dream and a nightmare is minuscule. At any moment, it could get ripped away. There are 5 teams in the hunt. Any of them could get victory. And I hope the Thunder from Down Under lives up to the hype and brings this thing home. But the reality is the ESEA, the PEL guys want the slot. They're hungry for the victory, and they want to hoist that trophy.
Indeed, absolutely correct. And let's not waste any more time. Our casters are ready for the final time. Let's head over to Moses and Matrim.
It all comes down to this. One more game. Everything so tight. Matrim, it does not get any more exciting than this moment now.
This is going to be a crazy game to watch. It is neck and neck, moving right into the end of this. Atletico, it's like a swan song. These guys have managed to fight their way all the way up towards the top of this leaderboard. But again, like Toffees was saying, it is the absolute beasts of PUBG back behind them.
And what a journey it's been for all of these players. They've been able to start their career either in the leaderboards, just playing the game. We all discovered it the same way. We all came up in this community together, and now we will celebrate a new champion together. One more game left on Erangel, and for Na'Vi, it didn't go well for them last game. It's still extremely close for them. Liquid, they're behind, they're down, and they didn't have a good game last game either, but this is a high caliber team with a lot of pedigree, and if anyone can do it, it's them.
Let's be honest, none of these teams in the top 5 can you can't risk ignoring them for a second. I gotta say, our boy Ansvar that's doing the spectating is gonna have his work cut out for him, as this is going to be absolutely nuts moving into it. And I'll go ahead and give you guys a little bit of a heads up. The plane path is not the nicest, as it goes directly over the canal just a touch north of the military base island, and it's just due east to west.
You can only imagine the pressure they feel. They're all in their chairs. The last game on the line. You're either trying to finish strong or take it all home. FaZe, dead set, centered. They're ready. They're stone-faced, and they have their eye. If there's one team that I would expect to try and make this thing happen right now, it's them. But we're just seconds away, the last game of the day, and it's time to crown a champion. We're headed to Erangel, the plane's in the air.
Everything comes down to this. This is the game that can be make or break. You heard the Atletico guys. This is their dream. This could be the biggest thing that they've ever done. FaZe, Liquid, you know, everybody wants this. The pride, your honor is on the table, and you want to walk away with that #1 spot.
It's going to be so difficult for teams to get to where they want to loot. It's low and it's slow on the very southern side, and this is just one more wrench in the cogs if you're just trying to have a nice, easy game. But PUBG will always say no, it's never going to be easy.
PUBG is all about decision making. Whenever you're in a clutch position like this and you have got to win and you get a plane path, you have to modify your strategies that you have been honing for years at this point and try to figure out, how do I make a play off of this? Everybody's going to have to adapt in their own ways, go for vehicles, try to figure out, get a little bit more distance, maybe move to a different loot spot. A lot of these guys going to have to kind of play off of the back foot to get this started.
And now the question is, what happens around the Pachinki area? Vehicle drops will be contested.
So here we go. Atletico doing the drop right above Liquid. You can see already down towards the bottom of it. Cloud9 just off in the distance for it. Atletico trying to long drop, buy a little bit more space. Naturally, these guys want to survive for as long as possible. Circle has popped, and it's back over towards the southeast.
Oh, baby, FaZe Circle, last game of the day. They have got to be feeling good, but Atletico still in their parachutes. And I wonder, what do they have for drop strategy? Let's hear it from them.
So coming into GLL, we have our loot spots pretty set. One of them on Erangel, we know the rotates. We're pretty good with Rostock rotates. But we have moved into a new spot on Miramar, and we're learning the rotates there. But we're still pretty damn confident, in our rotates.
Very confident, and confidence will be key as they are literally still in their parachutes, trying to find a way to get to Rozhok. They are trying to stay calm, and we talked about it before the game went live, Matt. Now, like anti-aircraft fire, the shots ring up towards Atletico, and it's only a mutant, as I'm sure they breathe a sigh of relief as those bullets, that would be a miraculous shot, and from and one, it's possible, but unlikely.
I mean, you can see going a little bit wide there. He's always trying to like dance around up in the sky, buy a little bit more space. But with the long drop, that means the fact that they're going to have to very quickly loot and make the rotation over. Meanwhile, FaZe gets to kind of relax for a second, but naturally FaZe is going to have to figure out how they want to defend. While they have the circle, sometimes it's kind of problematic whenever the circle pops over your loot location, as you're just going to have a ton of teams pushing in very early.
FaZe never relaxes. I promise you that. Look at the faces. They're just like, maybe Uba's relaxed, but that's just how he always looks. But
I mean, Mixie is known for being super relaxed all the time, right?
Oh yeah, he's got one mode, and that's low and slow. I mean, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. So for his FaZe clan, that's the strategy right now. Just hit the drop, get your loot. But Atletico, and we talked, I wanted to say, Matt, how many teams will be playing conservatively. I mean, it was so close. You don't want to make a mistake, and sometimes that leads to inaction. So for Atletico, they just have to play their game. They have the ability. They've shown us all weekend that they can bang with the best. Liquid, no different. They've got Pachinki to themselves, but that first rotation will be pivotal, and that's where they've struggled at times, is just making it to the zone in those first couple of phases unscathed.
This is the problem. You have to fight that mindset of, okay, we're at the top of the leaderboard. We just have to do everything that we can to survive. Sometimes that leads you to play a little bit too passive, and the next thing you know, with this tight leaderboard, you're not getting those kills that you need so desperately right now. So, Bitlock, these guys, I gotta say, have been very, very impressive. We haven't had a chance to talk about them a ton, but they are huge, and they're showing up for their region. They've been involved in so many pivotal skirmishes that have kind of decided the end-game fights.
G2 spotting a Bitloft in rotation, at least a little bit. Not sure if they're set and ready to start fighting, but Bitloft on the move early. I've got, you know, for Bitloft, they've been impressive for me. They've found themselves in the top half of the leaderboard. This is a Latin American team that just has, you know, not performed at the highest levels, but coming here and showing that that region, just like Oceania, has to be respected.
I mean, again, these guys are, in the videos we saw, they're just playing for regional pride right now. They want everybody to take them as seriously as possible. And let's be honest, Bitlock has managed to move up into that 6th place position very quietly. Incognito taking a couple of shots back over at them. At this point, Incognito feels like they're fighting 2 minutes into the game and all the way to the end of the game. They're just constantly involved in skirmishes.
Liquid's on the move. They've made their way out of Pachinki nice and early. Only 5 minutes elapsed in this game, and they will make their way into the zone. But now you have to wonder, will they slow it down? And we've seen them leapfrog in the past, just trying to scout each other's rotations, just to try and take it nice and easy. I imagine they'll be headed to the 2-2 split on the northwestern side of the zone. They're going to check those compounds first. Ghost Gaming and FaZe, they've already set themselves up on the southern side. So much water in play, Matt.
And look at Space Station Gaming. They opted into grabbing some boats, moving out of Novo, already taking up that little peninsula place just back down towards the south of Milta Power. Cloud9 in rotation very early up towards the north. They've got a little bit of space to work with as everybody's kind of playing south of Prison right now. Nobody going into Lumberyard, no surprise. A little bit hazardous in that area, especially trying to move through at this stage. So really, it's going to be trying to move around that Lumberyard Prison area right now while also contending with the amount of this circle that is water. That's going to make a lot of dead zones that these teams are going to have to try to figure out. Incognito, we talked about the fact that they fight a lot. Well, guess what? You got Team Liquid that's walking up. That's going to be one member of Team Liquid already down.
They have to react. Ronan's going to get traded down, but it's 1-for-1. Yempty will step up, and that one's going to hit by a vehicle. James will go down as well, and Liquid is already on the back foot. They're trying to make something happen here. Those nades landing close. Yempty takes damage from the vehicle explosion. Ibiza in the back line, and Samty and James are both wiped out. Already 2 down. Team Liquid, disastrous start.
Waikakamukau has already moved it into this position, taking a couple of shots back down here as well, moving it into a 2v2. Waikakamukau on a motorcycle. Looks like he might be chasing this. Keep in mind, they want Atletico. They want them to win. Look at this. They also have another member back off on the side of this. Team Liquid is in a world of trouble.
They're just trying to, they went too far, Matt. It feels like they had an opportunity to stop early, but they pressed further into center to try and get position. They flew too close to the Australian sun, and they come plummeting down.
But keep in mind, this is Team Liquid. These guys can rally. We've seen it time and time again. 2 members down, they'll still keep their cool. They'll still be able to get a couple of kills here and there. They're going to play it very controlled, but they are still surrounded by Incognito. Meanwhile, G2 on the move back down along that coastline. Has to be cautious because Ghost is over towards those hills, and if they continue on too far, they might put themselves right into the line of sight of Shrimzy.
Shrimzy stepping out, looking for a line of sight. Shrimzy, the unfortunate team kill in the late stages of the last game. He's going to bounce one off the window still. That's not going to do any good, but Ghost is in a nice position. It's very difficult to transition up this beach.
McCoy.
And McCoy's on the, yeah, exactly, Matt, you called it. He's in a great position to look down at that beach, and Breaksko is going to have to jump back into the buggy, and they're going to have to find another way to get further center.
Already having to use a couple of smokes as well. Brexico didn't feel too safe there, so going to try to play back behind this. Luckily, the rest of G2 did manage to stop, and he should be able to regroup with them as long as he buys a little bit of space, nothing else really coming in between them. But we also do have Bitloft in a very interesting position, again, depending on how rotations come into play. We know that these guys like to scrap, and they like to scrap early, so no surprise that they're taking a couple of pot shots back over towards Incognito, who falls into that same category as we got a couple of teams trailing in towards the end here.
9th place, or sorry, excuse me, 9 points. All that separates FaZe from that first place position. Atletico, they're feeling good. They've come in on the northern side. Lots of time and space wanted from the Knights. He's going to be taking a look at Hell Yeah Brother with that SLR, and he's going to knock him down with a beautiful headshot from the windows.
Are we going to see Hell Yeah Brother stop on this? Looks like they're just comfortable and letting it go. One of the members did crash down right next to another Knights member, but he's already going to go down. Chung's playing around the outside of this, but you can see the adaptation coming back over. Reels just does not even care. Drops back down onto it, and there go the flushes.
That is a nice couple of points there for Pittsburgh Knights. They are a little bit further out from the back of the, I guess, the best of the rest. There's a bit of a log jam at that 95-point mark. Rumblers and Space Station there. But all eyes are on the top 5. Atletico, FaZe, Na'Vi, G2, and Liquid. Liquid had a rough start, but they could climb, Matt. They've come back in worse positions, and there's still only a small amount of points separating them from that 3rd place position. Still a lot on the line.
Uba's aim is so great. We just saw him hit a headshot onto this. New circle pops. What is happening on this? You want pressure to mount? Well, here it is. This is going to be a very hazardous circle for all these teams that were playing up towards Edge. Look at the Rumblers. They still have members out inside the blue right now. Atletico is playing up next to Lippo, already on the move down, but it's going to be Cloud9 waiting for them. They're going to have to be very cautious with this approach. K-Mine looking back up that hillside. Atletico just rolling right by K-Mine. Jumps out. Luke's already down. That's a lot of trouble. Profi's trying to hit a couple of shots back over to this. But goes for the sweet spot. No, Atletico, this is not what you want to happen right now. Extreme is just trying to get out of here.
He can't move, Matt. He's the last man standing. He's going to turn tail and run. His compatriots down in front of him. Cloud9 will clean them up. Disaster for Atletico.
Everybody from EU that's playing inside this is breathing a sigh of relief. They're paying attention to the kill feed. They know this is their opportunity. Atletico losing 3 this early is so huge.
It is an absolute heartbreak for the OCE squad. Ibiza will go down for Liquid, and just like that, FaZe has quickly become the favorites as they will look to close the gap with the center control, and they're moving towards Yempty. The last man standing, he's in small mill to power. This is a throwback to the old teammate. They're arriving in force. Uba taking so much damage, he will go down to Wanted, and that is going to create issues, but I think he will be able to get safe inside the wall.
There is nowhere safe, it feels like, Moses. It's just violence everywhere. Jimty's gone ahead and jumped back inside the vehicle. Gonna be passing back over next to Red Knids, but they're already in the process of moving their vehicles in. So he's just gonna crash right in that Wizard Tower. It looks like that's gonna be his home for quite a while.
There's been a lot of time spent in this Wizard Tower for Jempty, and that's where he's going to spend likely the rest of this game. He's dead center. Luke has been finished off by C9. Extremes in the lumber camp, and everything rests on him. Atletico picking up points. Just unlikely in the early and mid game, Matt, and that is going to be an absolute heartbreak as FaZe is in prime position in small mill to power.
Space Station Gaming also looking back towards mill to power and FaZe Clan. Looks like they might just run a little bit of a separation here, just trying to bounce over each other, playing a little bit of that ridge line, but has to be ridiculously cautious. I'm curious if we're going to see Red Knids. They know it's only one person that pulled up in the Wizard Tower next to them. If they decide to play that aggressive, that could be detrimental for Team Liquid. FaZe Clan, though, in a great spot.
K-Mine scanning, the watchful eyes always at the ready. They've got the yellow cabins locked down, and this is a nice control position. They've got a 2-2 split, and Charlie will step up and flush Drayden. I believe that might have been a trade, but Drayden went out to try and pick up some more points. The Knights at 79 points behind Cloud9. They're just playing, I guess, for pride at this stage. It's not been the tournament they wanted to have after such a miracle run to get here. But it's been a good showing from them nonetheless. SSG, same situation. They are within striking distance of overtaking Bitlaw for that 6th place spot. But again, it's kind of best of the rest outside the top 5.
Well, pushing into FaZe Clan is not the way you want to move up that leaderboard. They already lost one of their members and now full on defense just inside of a divot. That's going to be rough to play from here on out. Meanwhile, Ghost in a great position just back next to the coast, just taking peppering fire, trying to buy a little bit more space. They have the flatlands in front of them. Meanwhile, Extreme, you know he has got to be so nervous at this stage. You just got to calm the nerves, play it as efficiently as you can, and it's going to be more Australians that are walking next to him. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't take the shot unless he just absolutely has to. He does not want to give away his position.
He wants to count the players. He has no idea who this is. Incognito has no idea he's there, but they're looking for him, and he's getting damn close. Here comes the shot. The quick flush is going to be 1 point going to Atletico, but that is just the beginning of the work they need to do. Now it's NA, and his Rumbler is finding Maluk in rotation, the quick flush.
What was going on with that? Maluk pushes back over this direction, now finding himself in a little bit of trouble. He goes down. Tempo Storm playing on the other side of this, pushing a different direction. Almost feels like he was buying a little bit more space, driving at them intentionally to eat the bullet fire so that way the rest of Tempo Storm could push back that direction. But Ghost on the move, and it looks like they're just continuing to push along the Mill to Power lines.
Extreme is saying all sorts of mean prayers for FaZe Clan right now, just praying that something befalls this squad who in such strong position have Space Station Gaming at their doorstep, Ghost Gaming on the coastline. They're hoping that the circle goes water once again. We will see it shift out, but in which direction? If you're Extreme, you're praying it comes your way, but C9 again, center position, feeling very good in their 2-2 split.
While FaZe is in a great defensible position, they have a small problem. They are right in the center of the circle, and nobody's really aggressing over towards them. There's too many other teams that are kind of defending their spot. So it's very hard for them to get those kills. Be careful, Nerf, you don't want to get run over there. But so all the kills that they need, they have to naturally, they can get it off of position if they get the round win, but they want to rack up as many kills as possible, and Space Station Gaming is just kind of dancing around the outside in no desire to go and push in towards them.
Strong facts coming in from the GLL production team, by the way. 50% of the Team Liquid squad are not twin brothers. That is very high level, and you would expect nothing less from this production crew. Na'Vi just kind of percolating, hanging out on the edge of the zone. They're on the northwestern side.
I mean, they're in a great spot to potentially pick up a couple of kills. We cannot sleep on Na'Vi at this stage. They're in third. A big game can push them back over Atletico right now. Tempo Storm's just down to the east of them, taking a couple of shots. As, again, every single time I look up that direction, thank you for showing us where Extreme is, because all eyes are really on that man right now.
I think he can feel all the eyes as well. He's got the weight of his entire region on him. As the Space Station Gaming in the open, getting picked apart. We've seen it so frequently this tournament for this squad. It's the Red Canids they've got eyes on, and they're outside the small mill to power plant. They're right next to Jempty, who is in his own right carrying the hopes of Liquid, but really they have got no firepower, and barring a miracle, we likely won't see Liquid hoisting the trophy this time around.
Well, here's the problem with Red Canids taking those shots back over towards Space Station Gaming. That's kind of kicking the beehive. As you can see, FaZe is looking back that direction now. It's like, oh, hey, there's kills we can get over here.
And it's difficult. You said it earlier, Matt. Like, they're in a prime position. They're very protected, but being aggressive outside of small mill to power is just so difficult. But Uba is going to step up. A little bit of shots coming from Red Canids. Maybe some grenade action, but they just got no in. Oh, there's some info. Pop right on top of you. What a nade. Uba takes down two. 2 more points for FaZe. They're climbing the ladder.
This is a dangerous thing. We can see that FaZe can start building some type of momentum, but look, nobody's really around them inside of their kill box anymore, except for maybe Red Canids, depending on how much they push for this. Meanwhile, Extreme has to be cautious. Na'Vi's push continues to move closer and closer to him as he's just bouncing from cover to cover going, all right, please let there be nobody inside of this building.
Waiting now, the circle closing, or about to be closing in about 25 seconds. Phase 4 underway. Hell yeah, brother, looking up towards Bitloff, taking the rocks. This is an interesting downhill slide, I guess you could call it, as you kind of have to traverse the terrain, but so many eyes can see your way from everywhere on the map. It's a 2-2 for Bitloff. They're just hanging onto the circle. You can see Extreme.
Yeah, and everybody else just kind of cheerleading.
Yeah, they're all chewing their fingers, rubbing their faces. It's very stressful, but they're just on the edge of the zone.
Well, nobody can talk right now. He has to listen for every single footstep that could potentially happen around him. Extreme, this is getting hazardous for you, man. We've got Na'Vi pushing on one side, Rumblers coming back behind that. He is praying that these teams are going to start doing damage to each other and buy a little bit more space. Chooses to go loud. He knows that he needs to get some points.
Na'Vi.
So dangerous at this stage, but Rumblers are coming back behind Na'Vi, doing a lot of damage.
Oh, this is a big fight kicking off now. Senya and Pokemaladoy very low health. Waldo stepping up, looking for the 6-time shots. He's going to continue to plink away. More damage being done. Micro will go down first. Waldo can't hit the shot. He's looking for a pivotal down. He can't get it. More nades come out. Microfry will get flushed out. And there goes Insight, the second team, I should say, down and out. 15th place for them, as more and more Rumblers are just they're not stepping up, man. I don't think they want to take this fight. Extreme can hear this going on, but he can't do anything about it.
Oh, he's prepping a grenade, and he could attack from the back of this. I don't know if that had the distance to really do much, but it's going to land back over next to a doozy. Not going to have the right aim for it, so Extreme just going to throw out the grenade, try to buy a little bit more space and move away from this. Maybe he can pop off and do something, but he knows it's too hazardous.
Extreme is poking the Russian Bears, and they are getting more and more interested. You don't want to poke the beehive too much. I'm making lots of animal references, Matt, but I have to wonder, does Extreme want to back away like a koala bear?
I don't get that reference, but I'm going to give it to you.
I don't know. Maybe they back up sometimes. I don't know. Freaking koala bears. Extreme has been so, like, I don't know, active in their fourth shot. Oh, the barrel. He can't get him to go down.
This is so nerve-wracking right now for Extreme. He's now revealed his position. Grenades are starting to run through back into the building, and those yellows do not provide a lot of cover, so he opts out and away from it. Now just going to have to play out in the open. It's all about Extreme's aim. Can he buy the positioning? I think he saw just a smidgen of a doozy coming around that corner, so knows. But here comes the push. Got to get the angle for it. It's too many people. Extreme, he doesn't know which direction to look. Where is it going to be coming from? Goes on to one. Not going to connect, and Atletico is out.
14th place. Absolute heartbreak. Na'Vi knows that's the first place team, and you can see it on their faces how excited they are.
Na'Vi has the positioning. They have to figure out what they're going to do. Bitloft is just back down behind them. You can see it's just a few points. Atletico is not going to get anything else from here on out. So now it's just a matter of what can FaZe, Na'Vi, G2, and Team Liquid try to mount.
This is so intense. Only a few points separate FaZe from that first place position, but Na'Vi is right behind, 41 alive. The circle will center up. It's essentially on top of Cloud9, the Knights, and FaZe.
But FaZe gets a spark rate. What is happening right now? Everything is just turning up beautifully for FaZe right now.
All I can say is I see Brendan down on his phone. Maybe he's calling in those secret airdrops we've heard so much about, but they will get the benefit. And now FaZe, literally every advantage that could be held is in their hands right now. Tempo Storm has the yellows, and Cloud9 is there as well.
There is so much dead territory inside this circle that people are going to have to play around with. You can see Singularity's taking a couple of shots on the side of it. Na'Vi still remembers Rumblers coming back from behind them, still playing right along the edge of the circle, looking to see if maybe they can spot out a couple of more points because they know they need everything they can possibly get. Meanwhile, every Atletico fan is just sitting back, praying that something goes their way and some of these teams start demolishing each other, but I gotta say, it feels like Na'Vi, FaZe are in great positions. Rumblers open up, Spray goes back over. That's gonna be Waldo going down. Los is the last man standing, and he gets dropped as well. More points stacked up on Envy's side.
Oh my goodness, they're coming alive. The momentum is in their direction. They've got to make their way into the zone. They have to get through Cloud9 and Tempo, who are both watching them, and they know that this downhill descent, so difficult for them to manage. The smokes are being used. That's a lot of utility going out already.
And that could be a problem depending on if they have to rotate again after this. Cloud9 being a constant thorn in the side of the EU team, just trying to buy more space and making it difficult for everybody. Tempo Storm joining in on the party, firing from a different angle off the side of it. Looks like Na'Vi is going to bounce from tree to tree and finally find a little bit of cover inside the circle.
Really beautiful utility usage from Na'Vi. They're in cover, but they're not 100% concealed. They have no pressure coming their way. That has got to feel good right now, and they are wondering and hoping, where does the circle go next? Meanwhile, G2, they're picking up points on Bitloft.
Bitloft has been trying to mount a valiant defense off to the side of this, but there are just too many people taking shots back that direction. They've got Hell Yeah Brother right over there next to him, as well as G2 taking a couple of peppering shots. And let's not forget about Knights with an angle as well. You can see it's just smoke galore as they're just trying to bounce through, and all these bullets are still connecting with them.
Singularity has arrived next door to FaZe Clan, and this is where FaZe needs to go defensive. I believe they've picked up the crate, and G2 continues to pick away at Bitloft. They're picking up kill after kill. Well, and there's their first one, as they're trying to get as many points as they can, but the downs are there, and now 2 points in the tank for G2.
It's going to be Knights getting a couple of shots on the other side of it. Just Sills and left, and there we go. Bitloft goes out in 12th. buying a little bit more space. And oh my God, FaZe. They get another circle favoring them. Only Singularity that's kind of encroaching on their location, but they have sight lines for days as all the rest of these teams are just going to be walking into a death trap.
There is nothing out in this field. You can see it from this shot. Only a tiny amount of cover. I got to dust off the tinfoil hat here, Matt. This is looking so good for FaZe right now. Meanwhile, it's Ghost. They're looking at Red Canids. They've even got Yempty next door. He hasn't moved an inch. Profi will go down. Maybe the Knights will allow Na'Vi to enter by eroding Cloud9.
But let's not forget, Na'Vi has managed to tie up with FaZe right now, so it's split on who's in second place, buying every little bit of position, but Na'Vi is going to have their work cut out for him. Ghost is taking a couple of shots over towards Red Canids. Just a couple of members left over from this. Let's not forget, Team Liquid's Jimty is right on the edge of this circle. Somehow, some way that Wizard stack is just buying a little bit more space for him.
G2 and Na'Vi have been active on the kills, and now Balak's going to step up. He's got the Scar. He wants the kills. Here comes a flush. Rejoining Wanted. He's looking at G2. He's got the scope at the ready, and you can see the kill feed. Red Canids will go down to Ghost. A couple more kills for them, but it is absolutely so close right now. C9 has moved out. Na'Vi on the move. Pokemoloid down to the zone. Yempty's doing damage. Yempty stepped out from somewhere. Something's happening with him. Cloud9, Na'Vi, they're going at it. This is disaster for them.
Cloud9 is just holding the line right now. They need to move into the safe zone as well. As you can see, K-Mind is just playing back behind this, but it's going to be Bestalock that's just trying to valiantly keep himself alive at this angle, and there's just nowhere really for him to go. He's just going to have to run back down this hillside. As you can see, Tiplo Storm can see him, but look, everybody is just fighting on so many different angles. Somehow Jimty is managing to get a couple of these knocks. What the hell is going on?
It's so crazy, the open field. No one wants to enter it. That's why the kill feed's going absolutely bananas. FaZe is picking up kills. Cloud9 going for the res. There's even a crate nearby. It's only Bestalock, I believe. They're only a couple of points behind Athletico now, but they only have one man remaining.
So you can see the angles, the smoke use, FaZe looking back over towards this. Jimty still just trying to fight out. It's going to be another knock. Somehow he's managing to survive. Ghost dies before they can push on. So Team Liquid is still alive and actually in the safe zone.
1 point, FaZe Clan with 4 up. They are in a great position to take this game and take this tournament. Na'Vi, all eyes are on Bestalock now. He's got some space. He might have a little bit of cover, and it's Singularity, the last hope that Na'Vi has that damage will be done to FaZe.
Singularity has been very, very quiet right back behind this. Meanwhile, Bestalock just playing right next to the edge. New circle pops. There's a little bit of FaZe Clan's complex that's still inside play, but Jimty is going to have to move. Knights are going to have to move. Singularity is still playing along the outside of this wall. What can Singularity do at this stage? Surely FaZe Clan has got to be aware that they're there. Grenades are now bouncing next to it. Yes, very obvious that they're there.
The AUG in hand. Uba's the man to carry it. You have to wonder what their attachments, what their meds, what their gear is like at this stage. They haven't had to move very far, and they haven't had an opportunity to loot anybody. And now Singularity's at their doorstep. Pivotal fight about to kick off. Meanwhile, Jempty's only a couple of points behind G2 for that fourth place spot.
He's managed to move over towards this hillside, so find a bit of cover. This is where Tempo Storm was trying to play a second ago before the catastrophe that was the bloodbath over here. So with this, he's actually got control points. He's looking back over towards Crates like, okay, so where's the team that killed these guys at? Trying to get himself a little bit more, but look at that. 4 kills from this position. Liquid somehow always manages to pull something together whenever you just least expect it.
Jemty, the clutch god himself. He's got an eye now onto the Knights. What a shot from Jemty. He'll take down Reels with a precision headshot. And maybe more points. Bestalock will pick up one as well. Another one. Oh my goodness. Bestalock is down. Na'Vi is out. FaZe Clan takes over first place.
So now they've got control. Can they get the victory is what's going to happen next. Team Liquid, only 1 member left. They're 12 points behind. Jimty's going to have the most amazing game of his life. And it hinges on this Singularity FaZe Clan fight.
6 kills for FaZe. Singularity is there. They are not to be trifled with. They can hit shots, and they're in force. There's all 4 coming. Oh my goodness, this is so tense, ladies and gentlemen. Jemty looking for more points, trying to finish anything off he can.
Looking back over towards that angle, Knights, potential more points. He knows he wants it. That pushes him up to 6. Good Lord, Jimty. What can you do from here? Can you buy more space? Can you get more positioning for your team? Knights down to 1 member, just huddled behind that tree.
Eyes darting everywhere, the intensity building. Jempty has got great cover. He's got so much flexibility. He's even got a couple of crates to work with. And here come the grenades. That would be the equalizer. Snark is there. The circle shrinks once again, and it's going to leave just a little bit of small Milta power inside.
It's two squads right next to Milta power, but then there's two solos up towards the north. This fight has got to happen at some point. And notice the separation that FaZe is running. They're trying to avoid any grenades just grouping and taking them out. Meanwhile, one solid toss from FaZe Clan could do massive damage to Singularity.
Singularity's on the exterior. They can't even see each other, and here come the grenades. You can see Uba's going to use his last one, going to try and put it up and over to do anything, but it's not even going to land outside. And now the shots ring out. AT's been spotted. Look at this little line of sight, Matt.
So many interesting angles to have to try to play around. Looks like Roblox is trying to play on the upper side of this. Pome's prepping a grenade. It's going to bounce back over, moves away from Uba. Everybody's just kind of dancing around these crates right now. Singularity just trying to find some type of vision. Meanwhile, Uba is just being an aggressor right up on top of Singularity. Takes his shots, realizes he's going to have to move out and away from this, so just trying to buy more cover. If FaZe Clan stays inside and Singularity keeps on the outside, that's going to make it so rough.
Snark is inching his way towards Jempty on the northern side. Here comes a grenade. You can see the smokes. That looks like a touchdown to me. One bounce, so close. Some damage. Jempty will take him down, and Liquid will move up one more.
Buying position after position, getting more kills. And look, he sees plenty of kills that he can rack up over there. He's doing FaZe a world of good, just trying to get a couple of more kills. But now, is FaZe Clan going to take the bait? Are they going to step around? Are they going to play aggressive? Or are they just going to continue to play in this piece of terrain?
Jempty has perfect line of sight to everyone as they come out of small Milta, and now's the time. FaZe has got to make something happen. If they can eliminate Singularity, they will all but clutch this tournament, and they will take home the trophy. Low Quicks goes down. FaZe has got to make a move now. They're looking towards Jempty. Jempty's helping out his former comrades. He's trying his best. More shots land. The mollies are there. Matt, they're taking it.
FaZe Clan's got the high approach on this, just playing along the wall, starting to get a little bit more brazen, running right into the smoke, going for the spray onto one. Can they They're just mopping up the kills. Where's the last guy? He's just playing. Down. Now it's just onto Jempty looking back towards FaZe Clan.
They can feel the victory at hand. Jempty's taking damage. FaZe wants this so badly. And now he's got to go for the clutch med. He's got one grenade left, a couple of meds to go. I believe that'll be the smoke. Uba's going for it. He's got blood in his mouth, and he wants this victory for FaZe. This is the final zone. The circle at their back. Jempty taking damage.
But Uba's taking damage from the blue. He has to move forward. They now know exactly where he is. So Jempty's just playing along the positional. Smokes are out, buying a little bit more space, but you can see FaZe Clan. They've already taken control of the center of the circle. It's all onto Jempty to fight his way out of this.
Fuzzface steps up. The smoke is there. Jempty firing away. FaZe wants this victory. More shots. Jempty down. Fuzzface. FaZe Clan will take it.
FaZe Clan takes the last round and then just climbs to the top of the leaderboard with 11 kills to boot. An amazing series coming out from FaZe Clan.
Absolute clutch masters. Sometimes down, never out. FaZe will be your GLL Grand Slam champions.
Oh my God, coming down to Team Liquid, trying to survive at every single stage of the way. Athletico losing so many members so early, everything falling onto Extreme's shoulders, and then Navi making that push. I gotta say, that is probably one of my favorite rounds of PUBG I have ever seen.
Absolute clinic from FaZe. Athletico, the heartbreak. Larson, the Kingwin connection, the analyst for the team. What an amazing journey it's been for him, joining the team late and providing the insight, the analysis, and finally able to hoist a championship on his own. But FaZe, absolute clinic. I cannot believe how calm they were, Matt.
You can never count out FaZe at any given stage. When you're watching these guys play, it is just a beautiful thing to watch. The synergy and how they play around it. The Athletico guys, I mean, it sucks that they didn't get first, but they should be ridiculously proud of their performance.
What a beautiful trophy. Athletico, you said it, Matt. The pride of Oceania coming in. They tried their best, but ultimately it just wasn't enough to claim the first place. But they should be so proud of their efforts, so proud, and FaZe will take the stage. They're headed towards the trophy once again. What an amazing journey it's been. Huge round of applause.
These guys are absolutely ridiculous, absolutely huge performance showing up on these last 2 days.
Let's dig it down to them.
Congratulations. FaZe, you have won the event. And now I would love to welcome to the stage Simon Sundin from GLL to present you with your giant novelty check.
Thank you.
What an incredible battle. What a final match to end it all on. I want to give each of you an opportunity to address your friends, family, and fans at home who are so proud.
Thank you. Thank you for everyone cheering for us. Like, FaZe up.
Face up. Face up.
Face them up.
I just want to say thank you to all the fans, everyone who's come out of here. It's fucking awesome. Thank you, a special thank you to all of our Chinese fans. Huge appreciation to Larson. You know, he only came on board like halfway through phase 2 and he's done an absolute and amazing job.
So much to be proud of here, gentlemen. I want to give you one more chance. Hoist this check. Crowd, please let them feel your love. The champions of the GLL Grand Slam PUBG Classic. Now let's send it up to the desk for a final word from our analysts.
Incredible scenes here in Stockholm, Sweden. After 3 days of tough, savage, hard-fought competitions, your GLL Grand Slam PUBG Classic champions are FaZe Clan. Give it up one more time! Look at them holding the trophy. How satisfying is that? Simon handing them the check from GLL. They should be so, so proud.
And you know who else needs to be proud here? The unofficial member of FaZe Clan, the guy who was an OG all the way back in G-Core, Jempty, from Liquid, taking care of everybody else on the field so FaZe could focus up the clear singularity. Man, that was an amazing last game.
Yeah, Jempty at the end there, he was doing everything he could, styling on the opponents. Frost, what's going through your mind right now?
2 weeks ago, they got to hoist the trophy of PL Phase 2. Being the champions, here they get another chance, hoisting another trophy. And we haven't seen them do that on land since June 2018. It's incredible to see a team with Mexi, Fuzzface, AT, Uba, Larsen, Ayuki, representing Finland, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Russia, and UK.
It's a team full of names that we've known for a long time. They've grinded it out. They've gone through ups. They've gone through downs. When Jempty left, it felt like it was going to take time to rebuild, and they proved in their phase as well as here that they are the real deal. Phase up is not just a saying. It's where they stand in the world of PUBG.
The phase up is a lifestyle, man. These guys are living and breathing gaming, competitive PUBG, and they've come to this tournament and delivered on all fronts.
Uba, he won the GLL Season 1 with his old team that became Na'Vi. Today, he's raising another trophy on a GLL event, and it's just amazing to see.
And you know, the CIS, I guess, I don't want to say curse or blessing, has been broken. FaZe hoisting it, and they did so in blazing fashion. They started today at the top. They fell off on the first 2 games, but that's where FaZe wants to be. They want to have everything on the line. They want to be chasing the leaders, and they came out in style, and they won it from their loot spot. Little Power is where FaZe loves to be, and that's where they're the most comfortable.
Guys, just whilst you continue with your point, Frost, we can get one final look at the leaderboard to see exactly where it's at the end of the tournament. Continue with what you're saying, and it looks like we're preparing something on stage, but more on that shortly.
2 words, FaZe Sunday.
Yeah. You know what? They had a FaZe Saturday. They had a FaZe Sunday. It seems like FaZe every day. And if I am the rest of the world, if I am the East watching this tournament as they prepare for the global championships coming up down the line, I learn to fear the FaZe because these guys seem unstoppable.
Fear the FaZe, especially on a Sunday. And yep, there is the leaderboard. 162 points at the end, and it's those kills, 106 of them. The only team to get over 100 on FaZe Clan's side. That's crazy. They did so well. Atletico, you know, it seemed just to be an unfortunate turn of events in this final game. They were in that car, they were in that Jeep, sped into a bunch of other teams and got slaughtered. Extreme stayed up. He did everything he could, but it wasn't enough.
Hands down to Atletico. They did an amazing job coming in here, grabbing themselves a second place. That's something to celebrate, even if they didn't win.
I mean, at the end of the day, yes, it was a difficult circle for them, but champions rise up when the challenges are in front of them, and you never leave that door open. They tried. They survived. Extreme got to those yellow houses, and he tried to man mode 1v4 Na'Vi. They weren't scared, though. They pushed him, and from that moment on, Atletico had to sit and watch. I don't want to say their dreams were ripped away, because second place is phenomenal for them.
A massive achievement for that team and that region overall. That will be it from us on the desk. It's been such a pleasure. A big shout out to GLL and PUBG for putting this all on. Yo, nice to meet you, Toffees, and great to see you again, Frost. Any final words before we throw it over to the stage?
Play more PUBG.
PUBG's life.
All right, guys, let's go over to Rachel and the other talent on the stage. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much, Paula. We are blessed here at the GLL Grand Slam PUBG Classic with an incredible talent team. Rich, he's already on a plane. He's headed home. But Paula, Toffee, Froz, you did an incredible job all weekend long on the analysis desk. Patrick, the unseen stats face, you are a treasure. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to give each of you an opportunity to address our crowd.
I just want to say, hats off to the Oceanic guys. Atletico absolutely turned up. I think they've put the scene on the map, and I'm looking forward to see what they can do at Worlds.
D-Man, an absolute legend of a caster. Toby, you were bringing us the breakdown segments all weekend long. What do you want to say to the fans?
Impressed to see every single game there was something we could talk about in a positive way. Whenever you had a game that was bad, pretty much all teams always stepped up the next one. Amazing. Looking forward to see all of you guys next time.
Matchroom, we go way back. NPL Phase 1, Phase 2. Standing here today, what are your thoughts on the Grand Slam?
Roses are red, violets are blue. EU was not ahead, but they were still coming for you. Amazing sign, I gotta say. And thank you to everybody in Sweden. This has been an amazing event. I'm so glad I got to participate.
Hi, Pac. We've loved watching your casting all season long. We're blessed to have you here. What do you want to say to the fans?
Just a huge thank you to everyone that's come out. Obviously, commiserations to Atletico, but leave their heads obviously holding high. The GLL CIS curse is broken.
Pansy, an absolute legend in the space. Blessed once again to have you here at GLL. What are your thoughts on the event?
Honestly, the event's been amazing, but this is exactly what I wanted to do. Come back to PUBG and cast it, watching this sort of storyline, this sort of magic, for that sort of community back home as well. The audience has been great, but you guys online have been incredible. Thank you.
And Derek, bring it home for us. WTF Moses, tell us your thoughts.
I'm super happy that we had such an amazing day. Thank you to everyone who continues to support PUBG Esports, everyone here, everyone at home. It's been an absolute dream come true for all of us. Just thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been your host, Rachel Seltzer-Querico. It's been a pleasure bringing you this event, but it is remiss not to mention the incredible production behind the scenes who made all of this possible. To GLL for bringing up this event, and for PUBG, mwah, what a game. Thank you for watching. We'll see you soon.
Let's go! Let's go! For the one last time!
What? That goes lit!
No, bro.
One minute.
They're getting fucked there. They're getting fucked there.
Let Liquid fuck them.
I don't
We don't want him to die. Let's kill him. Let's kill him now. Let's kill him now.
Yeah, kill him.
Let's go, boys. Let's fucking go.